In this video we're going to look at what factors are and what common factors are. And we've got two numbers here and we're going to look at something called factor aliens. So the keywords are factor and common factor, and you're going to hear me saying three of the things. Product, and a product is the answer that you get from multiplying two numbers together. So the product of 2 and 3 is 6. We're going to look at factor pair and we're going to do array as well. You'll hear me saying these things. So let's look at this first thing. It says, what are the factors of 8? So if you look over here, we're going to take 8 counters. And the factors are the numbers that you would multiply together to make 8. If I've got 8 counters here, you can see that one of the ways I do it is 1 multiplied by 8 gives me 8. So here, two of my factors are 1 and 8. Is there any other ways I can arrange my array to find other factor pairs? Well, if I do it like this, you can see that now I have 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 are factors of 8. But hang on, if I go like this, it means I also have 4 and 2. But in multiplication we have something called a commutative law, which means that if we change the order around, 2 times 4 and 4 times 2, it still gives us the same answer. So we already have them as factors. Is there any other way I can do this? Let me have a look. Well, no, that doesn't give me an array. 3s, that doesn't give me an array. So the only factors that we have of 8 are 1, 8, 2 and 4. Okay. Let's have a look at the number 12 now. Let's see if we can find the factors of 12. So here I have some counters. Should have 12. Now do you remember the first one we did, which seems to always be the easiest one, is to put them in a straight, long rectangle. And this is the easiest factors to find for a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the factors of 12 we have 1 and 12. So what's special about these factors is that all numbers have themselves and 1 as factors. We can always make that rectangle, that array, using 1 and the number itself. Is there any other factors for 12? Let's have a look. Well, can I make any other arrays? Can I make any other rectangles? Oh, we've got one here. So here it makes a rectangle, and so we've got 2 and 6. So 2 and 6 are factors. They're a factor pair of 12, because when I multiply 2 and 6, the product is 12. Any other ways? Let's have a look. Well, thinking about my times tables, I know that 12 is in the 4 times tables. So there should be something from a multiple of 4. Have a look at this one. Well, there is. So 12 is a multiple of 4. So if we look, we have factors that are 3 and 4. So that's another factor pair. 3 and 4. Let's look around again. Oh, when I spin it, I now have 4 and 3. So remember about that commutative law, 4 and 3 and 3 and 4. When we change the order in multiplication, we still get the same answer. So they're factor pairs. So, just one last thing before we finish. We have something called common factors, which I've not mentioned yet. A common factor is something that's a factor of two numbers. So here I'm going to say, what are the common factors of 8 and 12? Which numbers are factors of both? Well, we can see that 1 is, we can see that 2 is, and we can see that 4 is. 12 isn't in there, 3 isn't in there, and 6 isn't in there. So 1, 2 and 4 are common factors of 8 and 12. And the last thing, this is a very special one, 4, because 4 is what we call the highest common factor. It's the biggest number, which is a factor of both of them. In this video, we've learned what factors means and common factor means, and that we can use counters and arrays to help us find the factor pairs.